Sometimes life doesn't trap us in the past. We trap ourselves. Not because we enjoy the pain, but because the pain is familiar, because the memories, even the painful ones, have become a place we know too well. It's like standing in a room filled with broken glass. Every step hurts, yet somehow we refuse to walk out. We tell ourselves, maybe if I stare long enough at the pieces I'll understand why everything shattered, but all we do is bleed. Maybe you know this feeling. Maybe you're smiling in front of the world, but inside, you're living in a chapter that should have ended long ago. Maybe you replay the moment they left, the words they said, the mistake you made, the dream that collapsed. Maybe you've built a home inside a memory that was never meant to be permanent, and every time you try to step into the present, that memory pulls you back like a hand around your ankle, refusing to let go. But here's the truth, one so simple, yet so hard to swallow. The past didn't chain you. You chained yourself to it. You tied the knot with every replay, every regret, every silent night where you let your thoughts tear you apart. You kept answering the call of ghosts that never deserved your attention in the first place. You kept watering wounds instead of healing them. But listen carefully, because this might be the moment everything shifts for you. You are not stuck in the past because you are weak. You are stuck because you are human. Because the heart holds on longer than it should. Because the mind rewinds moments to protect you from repeating them. Because the soul gets attached to stories, even the painful ones, hoping the ending will magically change. But the ending won't change, not until you do. You see, staying trapped in the past is like standing at a closed door, knocking again and again, hoping someone will answer. But no one will, not because no one cares, but because the person you were waiting for no longer lives there. And deep down, you know this. Yet there is something inside you, hope, fear, love, pride, that keeps whispering, try one more time. And so you do. And each time it breaks you a little more. But today, I want you to ask yourself a question that only the brave dare to answer. Why are you still there? What are you afraid will happen if you finally let go? Who are you protecting? What version of yourself are you trying to save? Because the person you were back then is not the person you are today. And the person you are becoming deserves more than memories that suffocate your growth. Maybe no one ever told you this, so let me say it loud and clear. You have permission to leave that chapter behind. You have permission to outgrow the version of yourself who couldn't let go. You have permission to close the door and never look back. And no, letting go does not mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself. It means accepting that the story has played its part. It means choosing to live in the chapter you're writing now, instead of rereading the one that hurt you. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. And the fact that you survived it means you were never meant to stay there. So take a breath, feel your heartbeat. This is the sound of someone who still has a purpose, someone who still has a future, someone whose story is far from over. The past shaped you, it taught you resilience, strength, courage, but it does not define you, it does not own you, and it does not get to decide where your life goes next. Today you get to choose differently. Today you step out of the shadow. Today you stop mourning the door that closed and start celebrating the doors waiting to open. Because the moment you decide to stop living in the past is the moment the future finally finds you. And my friend, you are ready. You are always ready. You might not even realize it, but invisible chains are wrapped around your mind, your heart, your very being. You think you're choosing to remember, to dwell, to replay, but the truth is, it's not a choice. Not really. It's a trap your brain has set up to keep you safe, to keep you from stepping into the unknown, to keep you small, comfortable, predictable. Pain feels familiar, regret feels familiar, fear feels familiar, and the mind mistakes familiarity for security. Every time you linger on a mistake, a heartbreak, a failure, you are feeding those chains. You are giving them life, strength, and power over you. And every time you tell yourself, I'll just think about one more time the chain tightens. The past becomes a loop that whispers, you are not enough. You can't move on. This is who you are. And you begin to believe it. Slowly, quietly, without even realizing it, your identity gets stitched together with old scars, old pain, old what-ifs. But here's the truth that will set your soul on fire if you let it in. The chains are only as strong as your belief in them. The only reason you feel trapped is because you are telling yourself the story that keeps you stuck, and the only way to break free is to rewrite that story, starting with this: you are not your past. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the pain that once hurt you. You are alive. You are here. You are capable of something greater than yesterday's shadows. The chains of the past hold no power over action. They only hold power over thought, until you choose differently. Every time you pause the loop, every time you redirect your mind to purpose, every time you turn your attention to the present instead of the memory, the chains weaken. Every time you tell yourself, "This does not control me," you reclaim a piece of your freedom. Understand this: your mind will try to trick you, lure you back, convince you that the pain is who you are. Fight it. Stand tall. Every second you spend in awareness, in action, in self-truth, you chip away at the invisible chains. And one day, one breakthrough moment, you will realize you are no longer tied down at all. You are soaring, you are free, you are unstoppable. Because the moment you understand the chains were never real, that is the moment you step fully into power. Acceptance. It sounds simple, almost too simple to matter, but it is the hardest thing you will ever do. Not because life was easy, not because the pain wasn't real, but because your heart keeps resisting what your mind already knows is true. Acceptance does not mean approval. It does not mean you say, "What happened was okay." It does not mean you give someone else permission to hurt you, or that you erase the scars they left behind. Acceptance is something deeper, stronger, more revolutionary. It is the act of finally telling yourself, "I will not let this define me anymore." Think about it. How many nights have you lain awake, replaying the words, the betrayal, the mistakes, the failures? How many times have you wished the past could undo itself, rewrite itself, spare you the agony? And every single time you give your power away. Every single time you live not as the person who survived, but as the person who suffered. Acceptance is the first step in reclaiming your power. It is the conscious decision to stop being a prisoner of yesterday. When you accept what was, you stop fighting against reality, you stop battling the unchangeable, you stop trying to rewrite history with your tears. Acceptance allows your energy to shift from resistance to growth, from anger to purpose, from regret to action. And here's the paradox: the moment you stop resisting, the weight lifts. The chains that held your mind and heart in suffocating loops begin to crumble. The past no longer has a grip. It becomes a teacher, not a jailer. Acceptance also gives you courage. The courage to face yourself without excuses, to forgive yourself for being human, to honor the lessons hidden in every wound. It is a declaration, a roar to the universe, that you will no longer let pain dictate your life. You will rise. You will move forward. You will become the person who transforms hurt into power, mistakes into wisdom, sorrow into resilience. So fighting. Stop resisting. Stop giving your past more control than it deserves. Take a deep breath, feel your heartbeat, and whisper to yourself, "This happened. I survived. I will grow. I am free." Acceptance is not the end. It is the beginning. The beginning of your liberation, your transformation, your unstoppable rise. Every day, whether you realize it or not, you are telling yourself a story about who you are, what happened to you, and why things turned out the way they did. And here's the truth that most people never admit. The story you tell yourself can either imprison you or set you free. Most of us are trapped in stories that were never ours to own, narratives shaped by betrayal, mistakes, heartbreak, or loss. We replay them endlessly, thinking we are uncovering truth, when in reality we are writing the script for our suffering. Ask yourself this: how often have you caught yourself saying, "I failed because I'm not capable," or "I can't move on because they hurt me too deeply," or "This is just who I am"? These are not facts. These are stories you've been rehearsing in your mind so long that they feel like reality. And the longer you feed these stories, the more you shape your identity around pain, regret, and limitation. You become the character you are pretending to be, a victim of circumstances, a prisoner of the past, a spectator in your own life. But here is where power is born. You are the storyteller, and the pen is in your hands. You can choose to rewrite the narrative, reframe the meaning, and reclaim your identity. You can take every painful memory, every regret, every scar, and transform it into a chapter of growth, resilience, and strength. The moment you stop believing the lies your mind keeps repeating, the moment you stop casting yourself as the victim, is the moment freedom begins. You don't have to erase the past, you don't have to forget, and you don't have to pretend it didn't happen. What you must do is stop letting it define you. Change the story you are telling yourself from, "This happened to me," to, "I survived, I learned, I grew, and I am becoming unstoppable." Start speaking in words that fuel courage, not fear. Start seeing yourself not as the sum of your mistakes, but as the product of your perseverance. 'Cause here's the undeniable truth. The story you are telling yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. And if you allow yourself to be the hero of your own story, the fighter, the survivor, the one who rises after every fall, you will begin to realize that the past is not your prison, it is your teacher, and the story you choose to write next, that story will be legendary. Every time you replay a memory, every time you dwell on what hurt you, you are feeding it. You are giving it energy, power, life. The more you focus on the pain, the more it grows, the more it dictates your emotions, your decisions, your day, your life. But here is the truth that will change everything. Memories only have the power you give them, and the moment you stop feeding them, the moment you stop giving attention to what no longer serves you, is the moment the cycle breaks. Breaking the cycle starts with awareness. You must see the pattern, recognize the loop, and admit it without judgment. Notice when your mind drifts to the past. Notice when a memory rises and threatens to steal your peace. And then, in that same moment, choose differently. Pause. Breathe. Refocus. Redirect your attention to the present. Do not argue with the memory. Do not fight it. Simply refuse to feed it. There are practical ways to do this. Write down the memory. Name it. Put it on paper. Release it from your mind. Reframe it. Look for the lesson hidden in the hurt. Replace rumination with action. Do something that proves to yourself that the past no longer controls you. Take a walk, exercise, call a friend, start a project. Every small act is a declaration: I am here, I am present. I am not defined by what happened. And remember this, your mind will resist, the memory will push back. It will whisper, remember me, you need me, you are nothing without me. Fight that lie with your courage, reclaim your energy, refuse to let the memory dictate your feelings, your mood, your day, your future. Every time you stop feeding a memory, you gain power. Every time you redirect your thoughts, you reclaim control. Every time you act in the present instead of replaying the past, you strengthen your freedom. The chains begin to break, one thought at a time, one action at a time, one conscious choice at a time. You are not powerless. You are not trapped. You are not doomed to relive what happened. You are alive, awake, and capable of choosing differently. And the moment you commit to stop feeding the memory, the moment you take that first courageous step, the cycle ends, and your life, your purpose, and your potential begin to soar. It's time to reclaim your power. Not tomorrow, not when life feels easier, not when the world gives you permission right now, because every second you allow the past to define you, you give away the most precious thing you have, your identity. You are not your failures, you are not your heartbreak, you are not the mistakes you made or the people who abandoned you, you are not the stories others told about you. You are a force, a light, a soul capable of rising higher than the shadows of yesterday. Resetting your identity begins with awareness. Recognize where the past has whispered lies about you. See the labels you've carried. I am not enough. I am weak. I always fail. And understand this, they are not truth. They are narratives that no longer serve you. You get to decide who you are today. You get to define your worth, your potential, and your path forward. The moment you claim that choice, you step into power. Then comes action. Your identity is not a thought, it is lived. It is proven through every decision you make, every boundary you set, every step you take toward the life you deserve. Start small if you must. Speak words that affirm your strength. Take actions that honor your growth. Surround yourself with people, energy, and experiences that reflect the person you are becoming. With every act, you reinforce the truth. You are not the past. You are not your pain. You are the hero of your own story. And here is the most powerful truth. When you reclaim your identity, the world begins to shift. The energy you give out changes the reality around you. Doors that were once closed begin to open. Opportunities find you. People who resonate with your light gravitate toward you. Life no longer feels like a reaction to what has happened. It becomes a creation of what you choose to make. So take a deep breath and look in the mirror. Remind yourself, I am not my scars. I am not my mistakes. I am the power that rises, the courage that moves, the soul that refuses to be broken. I am enough. I am unstoppable. I am free. Resetting your identity is not just a step forward. It is a declaration of war against the past. It is the moment you stop running and start owning your life. It is the moment you transform survival into purpose, pain into power, and yesterday into fuel for the unstoppable force that is you. Your past may have been loud, painful, and unrelenting, but the future is yours to design. The secret to breaking free is not just letting go, it's creating something so powerful, so electrifying, so undeniably yours, that the past has no room to exist there, a future too big for yesterday to fit in, a life so full of purpose, vision, and unstoppable momentum that old regrets, mistakes, and pain are merely stepping stones beneath your feet. Close your eyes and imagine it. The person you want to become, the life you've always dreamed of, the impact you are capable of making. See it, feel it, own it. Let it consume your thoughts with excitement, not fear. When your dreams are bigger than your history, your future pulls you forward with a magnetic force. It doesn't matter how heavy the past was, how many doors closed, how many times you stumbled. Your vision is stronger than your setbacks. Building. A future that outgrows the past requires deliberate action. Every day, take steps that align with the person you are becoming. Learn something new. Challenge yourself. Speak the language of possibility instead of limitation. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, not people who drag you back. Fill your mind with ideas, inspiration, and strategies that propel you forward. Your focus must be unshakable, your energy relentless, your belief unwavering. The past will try to whisper, you can't, you'll fail again, you're not enough. Fight back. Look at those whispers and smile, because you are already on your path. Every goal you set, every dream you chase, every moment you invest in your growth is a refusal to let history dictate your story. It is proof that your life is no longer about surviving, but about thriving. Remember this, the bigger your vision, the smaller your past becomes. The more you immerse yourself in creating, in building, in stepping boldly into tomorrow, the less power yesterday has over you. Your future is a canvas. Your actions are the brushstrokes. And the masterpiece you are about to create is too magnificent for the shadows of your history to dark. Step forward. Build, dream, create. Let your future roar louder than your past, and watch as your life transforms into the unstoppable force it was always meant to be. You don't need months. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need everyone to understand or approve. You need today, right now, this very hour. The power to change your life is not in the past or the distant future. It is in the decisions you make in the next 24 hours. Because every great transformation begins with a single conscious step. Every powerful shift begins with the courage to act today, not tomorrow, not later, not someday. Start with awareness. Notice the thoughts that keep dragging you back into yesterday. Catch them, name them, and refuse to give them energy. Then redirect your mind to action. Take even the smallest step forward, something concrete, something visible, something that proves to yourself you are not defined by what happened, but by what you do next. It could be writing down a goal, making a call, taking a walk, or simply breathing deeply and claiming your peace. Every small action is a declaration. I am here. I am moving forward. I am not a victim of my past. Next, confront fear today. One single thing that scares you, that challenges you, that represents stepping out of the shadow of yesterday. Because courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of it. And the more you prove to yourself that fear does not control you, the more unstoppable you become. Use your 24 hours wisely. Fill it with intention. Speak words that lift, not words that wound. Surround yourself with energy that fuels growth, not negativity that drags you back. Create habits, even small ones, that remind you of your power, your purpose, and your potential. A single day done right is a blueprint for a lifetime transformed. Remember this, the past has only as much control as you allow it to have. Today, you can take it back. Today, you can reclaim your energy. Today, you can choose freedom over fear, action over regret, courage over comfort. Do not wait for life to hand you permission. Give yourself permission to rise. Give yourself permission to move. Give yourself permission to rewrite the story, starting now. Your 24-hour shift begins the moment you decide it does. The question is, will you take it? Will you stand up, step forward, and prove to yourself that the past no longer owns you? Because if you do, if you truly act, nothing and no one can stop the unstoppable force that is you. This is the moment you have been waiting for, not the day someone tells you it's okay, not the day circumstances finally change, not the day the world stops throwing challenges at you. This is your moment, right here, right now. The shadows of the past have whispered long enough. The chains of regret, failure, and heartbreak have held you captive long enough. It's time to step out, to rise, to claim the life that has always been yours to live. Look at yourself, really look. See the strength, the courage, the resilience that has carried you this far. Every scar you bear is proof that you survived. Every tear you've shed is proof that your heart is alive. Every mistake you made is proof that you dared to try. You are not broken. You are battle-tested. You are forged by fire, and fire does not destroy, it transforms. Today decide that the past no longer dictates your steps. Today refuse to let yesterday's steal the joy of this moment. Today stand tall and declare, I am not my past. I am not my failures. I am not defined by what hurt me or what I lost. I am alive. I am powerful. I am free. Say it, feel it, believe it with every fiber of your being. The shadows only exist where you allow them. Step into the light, walk forward. The road ahead is yours to claim. And remember this, walking forward is not a one-time act. It is a commitment, a daily choice to live in the present, to focus on what you can build, to pour your energy into dreams, goals, and growth. It is refusing to glance backward at the chains that once bound you. Every step you take in courage, every decision you make in faith, every action you commit to in alignment with your purpose pulls you further from the past and closer to your greatness. So rise, stand tall, walk forward with your head high and your heart wide open. Let the past remain where it belongs, as a teacher, not a jailer. Let it whisper lessons, not fears. And as you move, know this. The person who survived, who fought, who dared to dream beyond the pain is unstoppable. The life waiting for you is extraordinary. Your time is now. Step out of the shadow, claim your power, and walk boldly into the greatness that is your destiny.